So, welcome to Space Center Houston, the last place to see a big budget movie in the city of Houston since 2015, with the movie The Martian. We're here to find out what it was like to have big budget film productions in the city of Houston before we didn't have them anymore. And we'll be hearing that from Space Center Houston employees, Timothy and Maya. Then we'll be hearing why we don't have them anymore from Executive Director of the Houston Film Commission, Rick Ferguson.
Couple of films that have gone through the trouble of coming here and shooting on location. Apollo 13, Space Cowboys, which was definitely not grounded, but they still felt the need to come here and shoot some things. Like you said, Transformers, Dark of the Moon. And on the realistic side, they've had the Hidden Figures people over. They had the Martian people here a lot.
And if you ask them, a lot more than big budget films come to film at the site.
I know a lot of whenever you're famous and you're if you're a famous musician, they do tours in that building.
Okay.
Who was in there?
Ozzy
Aerosmith was in there.
Really?
Ozzy
Yes. Yeah. I'm sure Childish Gambino was here a couple months ago. Pink was just here. Ted Cruz is coming tomorrow. Don't know about that one. He's coming. Yeah, Natalie Portman. And One Direction, the building that we were in, Building 9. One Direction filmed their music video there. And they did that just because they love NASA. All the boys do.
For all these crazy people out there.
I'm gonna forever know that One Direction got somewhere that I couldn't go.
Yeah.
Now, neither one of them has seen one of these big budget productions come to the campus. Timothy started about 3 years ago, and Maya started about 9 months ago. Houston has been trying to attract the attention of Hollywood actually for about 4 years actively, with a representative from the Houston Film Commission, Sharon Adams, strategically positioned in Beverly Hills. We haven't seen a big budget film production in the city of Houston since 2015 when she got her position. So Maya asked me this.
So are they going to be is she going to be bringing it to Houston, or are you guys?
She's currently in California right now, and she's been working on bringing films to Houston for about 4 to 5 years, but nothing so far.
So with a bit more research on the issues facing the entertainment industry in the city of Houston, I decided to make a call to the Houston Film Commission. Hi, this is Darian. I'm calling to speak with Rick Ferguson regarding an interview on tax incentives. This is Executive Director of the Houston Film Commission, Rick Ferguson. On my phone, when the power went out in the house. Not routine conditions. He told me about the one thing really holding Houston back.
And another interesting misnomer is you hear people talk about comparing Houston to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And Atlanta has all of these tax credits.
Mm-hmm.
That's not accurate. It is not the city of Atlanta. It's the state of Georgia.
Okay.
So please understand, it's not municipality to municipality. It's state to state. Really important differentiation that the state of Texas does not have sellable tax credits like Georgia does. So if you're comparing Texas to Georgia, it really is a little bit like apples to oranges.
Mm-hmm.
Because in Georgia, what you are doing is selling tax liability. So whatever tax liability you incur in Georgia, you can sell that liability to Georgia companies via a broker, and usually you get 70% on the dollar. And that's where that quote 30% incentive comes from.
Okay.
So in all actuality, we come pretty close in the state. So at this point, the major obstacle is not the percentage that is offered, it's the amount of money that is allotted to the program.
Now, how the Texas Moving Image Industry Incentive Program works is by tiers, and the money is provided by the hotel tax. The program, however, hasn't seen competitive funding in 4 years. From $95 million down to just $22 million, the budget has been slashed in recent years. Now, the budget that provides funding for the facilitation of the entertainment industry in the state of Texas currently sits beneath 1/10 of the budget set in California. According to the California Film Commission, the total budget for the fiscal year is $330 million. Ours is $22 million, and it facilitates an established industry of its own. In short, this just isn't a competitive enough investment for the industry in Texas. Obviously. But like Ferguson said,
we will not know for sure what is being allotted until all of the arguing and the posturing and all of those things during the legislative session, and it will be over with at the end of May or the first part of June.
Okay.
Hopefully they won't go into special session, and it will be determined what the future has in store by the last week of May. Which, if you look right outside the window, the last week of May is looming large.
so at the end of this legislative session, their plan for Sharon Adams was?
But part of having that presence in Los Angeles, and when that was instituted, it's a plan for her to be out there to make relationships with companies that are producing projects, that those relationships will already be established. So at the end of this legislative session, if there is enough money to make us competitive and viable, those relationships will already be made and can be called upon as soon as we know what is in store for the next 2 years.
Okay.
And I believe in your, but also that it's not just that, but it's also being on the ground and going to people's offices and talking about what Houston has to offer.
Yeah.
And
networking.
letting them know that if the legislative session we are successful, then we will be very viable and very competitive and bring that project we're talking about right now. If it's after September of 2019, bring it on and we can facilitate it for you.
However, some entrepreneurs in the entertainment industry of Houston feel a little more should be done. One of those people is CEO and co-founder of Cree Global Media, Centrell Reed.
What is another way to accomplish it, right? It doesn't have to be that we need a state income tax, right? It doesn't have to be that we get everything from the hotel tourism tax. Those are options and we've used them. Now what's new? What's next? And not only that, we can't depend on our legislatures to do all the work. I know we've just started a legislative session in January, and on the docket is to increase the amount of money that's included for use of that fund. And that would be great. The difference is that I think it's traditionally been around somewhere around there, $32 million. That's not a lot of money.
Cree Global Media is based in the Galleria area of Houston. The city's entertainment industries are by no means struggling, but as Centrell puts it,
I think to your question, the industry would thrive here. 6 million people as opposed to Atlanta's 500,000, and they did over $10 billion in films and shows. Because once they actually brought the film studios there, then people started coming and shows started coming. So you start to build something, and it's kind of like what I talked about in my article in International Focus magazine, is when we build it, then people are gonna come. And that was just January of 2019.
For Reed, she wants to think of the entertainment industry in a different way. And even she says that would be challenging.
So there's a huge amount of revenue that would come from that. Now you could be taxed on state income tax. I don't think that the residents of Texas are gonna like that. Yet my challenge is, since Cree Global Media has been thinking about how we're going to accomplish this, my challenge is how do we do it different, right? when you've been looking at something the same way over and over, you're looking at the same budgets, you're looking at the same numbers, you're looking at, getting money from the same pool of funds, and then you never look at anything else. My dad always said, make sure to be resourceful. There are a number of ways you can do things. So maybe we step outside of some of the traditional ways of bringing an industry to a city.
And to clarify that issue, this is the way that Ferguson puts it.
Okay, let's say, for example, if a $10 million feature film was looking to shoot in Houston, and they were looking at Houston and Atlanta. In Atlanta, they could get a little over $3 million back in tax credits. In the state of Texas, they could get approximately $2,250,000. Now, without the state incentive, the city of Houston would have to come up with that $2,250,000. Where does that come from?
I'm guessing that would come from the. Actually, I have to be honest with you, I'm not sure.
Well, neither am I, let me tell you.
Okay.
And that would just be one project, and that, sir, is why in this whole competition with incentives, it is a state situation as opposed to a municipal situation.